I haven't had this happen in a long, 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 long time. But I've got a situation where I have two buyers interested in the same house.
Well, that's a great problem to have. So you got two buyers that want the same house. Okay. So what's your question?
The question is, how do I handle that?
Yeah. So Mary, there's a couple ways you can handle it. I'll start off with not my favorite. What some agents do is they have another agent represent one of the other buyers. So that way the buyer, or you'd have two agents, right? So there's you, and then there's two agents, one for each buyer. And that way that nobody can say that you're playing favorites or something like that. So that's one option on how you can do it. That's not my favorite. My favorite would be to just tell the buyers, Mary, that that there's somebody else interested, somebody else that you're working with. And here's what we do in this scenario. Instead of trying to banter and go back and forth with the homeowner, because then that creates a bidding war, which nobody wins in a bidding war, okay? So what I would recommend, and this is how I'd say to the buyers, if you were the buyer, I'd say, so Mary, here's my recommendation. We're not buying a stock or an investment where we're trying to get it at the lowest possible price so that way we can flip it. We're not investors. You're looking to buy your home. Yeah. And so based on you buying your home, and this is a house that you feel you can call home. But of course, there is a number that you're willing to go to the max with. Meaning, if you were to listen to the question, ask yourself, if you were to lose this house, what number would you not regret losing it for? In other words, if you made an offer for 200 and it turns out that you lost it because if you only went to 205, you would have had it, would you kick yourself for losing it for that 5,000? So what I want you to do, Mary, is I want you to write an offer one time, your best and final. What is that one number that this house is worth it to you? And any dollar over that number, you'd be okay with losing it. That's how you should put this offer together. So, and then I would say, if you were the buyer, Mary, I would say, now, Mary, I'm going to say the same thing to the other buyers. I'm going to tell them, give me your final and best. What is the top number you're willing to go to and not a dollar over it? That way, Mary, it's fair to everybody. So lead with your best, not your worst, because we're not haggling, we're not negotiating, we're not going back and forth.
Okay.
And that's how you manage that. Yeah, it's a great answer, right, Mary? That'll work because then then they won't feel you're taking advantage of them, right? Because if you call them and say you won the house, well, those people will be happy. The people that you didn't win the house, you'll say, well, listen, the other people paid more, period, end of story. Well, how much more? I'm not going to reveal it. It doesn't matter. You gave me your best and you were willing to lose it at that price. So that don't have any regret. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's find another house. Don't have any regret. You played to win. And that was the number. Move on. Okay? That's how you do it, Mayor.